Google Docs, got the notes, got the goods. Let's do YouTube, I guess. Yeah, we're doing YouTube. It's not a guess, we're doing YouTube. Hello everyone and welcome to Raising a Cottage. I am Melissa and this is my new YouTube channel, and this is about half an hour that I will probably get to record this. I have wanted to do a YouTube channel for a very long time. I used to live on YouTube when I was little, to be honest. When I was a child, I was just always on YouTube. I used to make makeup YouTube videos, tutorials. My first channel was actually an origami making channel. So I would teach people how to make crane birds and stars and everything like that. So yeah, I've kind of lived and breathed YouTube, and I've been kind of a silent viewer for the past decade or so. I've done a few videos, but I've had a very busy, say like how many years? 7 years. So it's been quite like a busy decade for me. But things are starting to settle down now, I would say. And so I feel like I've got a lot to share. Yeah, there's so many things that I've done. There's so many things that I've achieved that I would love to share with you, so that you can, you know, even if you take a few top tips or anything from this, then my job will be done. And, you know, hopefully we can share things like in the comments. I would love to build a community of people who just want to help each other with personal development, and university, things like that. So I guess I better do like an intro first into who I am. So I'm Melissa. I work in cybersecurity and I work from home. I have my bachelor's degree in computer science, I have my master's degree in cybersecurity awareness. It was a research degree, and I'm currently doing a part-time PhD also in cybersecurity awareness. So that's kind of my studies, my work, personal life. I got married last year, I bought a house last year, and I had a baby last year. So 2023 was a very busy year for me, to say the least. And it was very, very stressful. I'm not gonna lie, like I had a lot of, you know, real highs, but also a lot of real lows, and it was really, really stressful year. And so I've got a lot that I could share just from my last year, that I would like to there's a lot of things I would like to raise awareness of, especially kind of my new journey into parenthood. You know, them first few months being a parent, I don't think anyone fully prepares you for, you know, there's a lot of things that are spoken about, like postnatal depression, even though it should be spoken about more, I would say. But no one really talks about things like PTSD and breastfeeding. What if it doesn't go right? You know, what if it doesn't work? Like, why would it not work? What challenges might you face? Things like that. So I've struggled for a long time to kind of narrow it down to what YouTube category I should be in, what should I do. But realistically, it's personal development, it's life, it's general life tips and tricks, helping you through uni, helping you get your career. Obviously I'm not, you know, at the end of my career and massively rich and famous and everything like that, but at the end of the day I just love helping people. I've been a lecturer at 2 different universities, and I really enjoyed helping people to get to where they want to be. You know, even if I was just a small part on their path to their career, you know, seeing some of my students now in really good careers that they wanted to get, knowing that I was even a small part of that journey, is the most rewarding thing. And I feel like I can do that through YouTube, and I really feel like I can help people. So that is what I want this channel to be about, really. It will probably appeal to mothers. It will probably appeal to you know, people in their 20s. It will probably appeal to people starting university, people considering doing a postgraduate degree, people wanting to get into their dream career and work in tech. It will hopefully appeal to you. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and follow me along on this journey. That was a little introduction. I didn't mean to do an introduction video, to be honest, but that is that. So with that being said, I don't feel like I could just do an introduction video by itself. I like to, give you a takeaway from this. And so I thought for my first video, I would share something that's been really, really beneficial with me. You find a lot of different videos on the internet, how to make money, how to be a millionaire, how to have 10 different passive incomes, really easy to set up. You'll be a millionaire tomorrow, and half of these are not legitimate. More than half of them are not legitimate. And I've had a very expensive year last year, and I've had a lot of times where I've really, really struggled with literally no money at all. And I've really struggled with times at uni where I literally had £1 in my bank account and like a week's worth of shopping to do. And it's been really, really tough, to be honest. I've had some really, really tough financial times. So there's been a few things that have really helped me to get through these situations. And these are the things that I would like to share with you. They're not get-rich-quick schemes. They are, I would say, relatively consistent, constant ways that you can earn extra money. Obviously, maternity leave is what I'm currently on. And, that obviously takes a hit to your income. And again, these are things that I've been doing to kind of get some extra money to keep us all going. So, yeah, I think I've got a good kind of concise list of things that I would like to share with you on things that you could start today and make some money. I'm not guaranteeing you to be rich. I'm not guaranteeing that any of these are even going to, work for you. I hope they do though, because they do have a pretty good success rate with me. And so I think they will with you. Just as a side note, there are lots and lots of scams out there, pyramid schemes, all sorts, to be aware of about when it comes to making money. So just be careful. All of the things I'm going to show you today have been legit and have worked for me. But things that other people are sharing could even be in the recommended videos linked to this. There's a lot of scams out there, basically. And I feel like I have to say that just as a side note, just be aware when trying to make money online. There are many, many legitimate ways of making money. There's also many illegitimate ways of making money. So be careful. Do your research. Always look at reviews on Trustpilot of websites. Just always do it. So my first main source of income, probably pretty much over most of the past decade, as a side gig, has been user testing. Now, you may have heard about website testing before, but it's a very, very good way of earning money. It used to be easier, I will tell you that. There are more stricter screeners now, so you won't always get lots and lots of tests. You'll get lots, probably, but you might not qualify for all of them. And that's something to be aware of. I would say on average, I earn about $20 a week. It's really give and take, and it really depends if you've got your laptop open. So, or your computer or whatever you're using. You can do it on mobile, you can do it on iPad, tablet. You just need to make sure that you're regularly checking the app. And if you are on your computer, just have the user testing tab open and it will ding every time you've got a test to do. What does this involve? It involves testing websites, providing feedback. You don't have to be an expert. You can literally just go onto it. You'll get some questions. It will guide you on kind of, what they're looking for feedback on, and just say what you think. If you think that a search bar is providing really inaccurate results, tell them that. If you find it really, really difficult to navigate with the menu bar, the navigation system, tell them that. If you find it really glary and so many pictures, why there's so many pictures everywhere, tell them that. It's just getting honest user feedback. So anyone can do it. You can test websites, apps, and also games sometimes as well. I've tested a few games in my time on user testing. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend you check out user testing. So You will also hear a lot about survey websites, and honestly, I don't know whether to say it's one of the hardest ways of earning money on the internet, I would say, is just through surveys. It can be really, really demotivating and quite demoralizing as well, when you've spent 20 minutes doing a survey and you either get declined and you don't get a penny, or you get like 50p. So 50p for 20 minutes work, we're talking like £1.50 an hour. And you know, in today's cost of living crisis, that's not going to get you that far. And it's not a good return on your time. However, I have found a good survey website that it's relatively popular, but I feel like it deserves more recognition, and that is QMe. So QMe is really good because they have varied surveys, varied lengths of surveys. To do short ones, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. And they also ask you quite a lot of questions to get your profile, so that they can provide you with surveys that they really think you'll qualify for. So it does have a relatively low like screen out, timeout percentage. I personally only do them under 10 minutes. If they say under 10 minutes to complete, I don't feel as though doing any longer ones is going to be more beneficial, even if it is for like £1 or something. I just really don't feel like it's worth the time. So that might be something to bear in mind. So the main thing that I really love about QMe is it doesn't have a minimum withdrawal limit or anything like that. If you do a survey and you earn 20p, you can withdraw 20p. And this is really, really beneficial. So when I was in hospital with my son, going through the induction process, which is a whole nother story, I had so many outgoings at the time that I literally had no money at all. I couldn't even go down to get a snack from the shop. Literally no money. Really, really tough time, to be honest. And so I was sat in my room doing surveys on the QMe app, kind of through contractions, and when they kind of settled down, I was able to do some QMe surveys, and I earned like a £5. So I was able to just withdraw that, and I could go down and buy myself, I think I bought a magazine and I think I bought a chocolate bar or something, because they don't give out chocolate in hospitals. So yeah, it's worth considering, absolutely. I really like QMe, and it's got me through some like sticky times when you just need a few pound to, you know, buy something. You know, pasta is so cheap, spaghetti, you know, sometimes you really need to make do with what you've got. And QMe has got me through some times, I'll tell you. So the next one that I really like as well is Google Rewards. This is by Google, and basically it relies on you having your location turned on, access to, so that the app has access to your location. And then when you get home from, say you've been to Tesco, the next day you might get a survey asking you, like, did you go to Tesco yesterday? It'll be a list of different shops, and you say, yeah, I went to Tesco yesterday. And it'll say, like, how did you make a purchase? And it's just interested in getting information on how people are interacting with shops, how people are engaging with, you know, are they making purchases online and collecting in store? Are they just purchasing in store? Different payment methods, things like that. Obviously, I don't know the nitty gritty of what they're actually, you know, researching. They'll probably have, you know, specific things. But from what I can gather, the types of questions are that they are trying to understand how we interact with shops, and how, I guess, technology is changing that, and our payment, how we're paying for goods, basically. So yeah, Google Rewards, they have a minimum threshold of £2, but that's relatively quick to reach, especially if you're on Android, you'll get paid in Google Play vouchers. If you're on iOS, you'll get paid via PayPal. So just something to bear in mind. So the next way to make money is by selling things. It sounds obvious, but genuinely this saved me at the end of last year. I have been having a real big declutter. Kind of having a baby has made me want to just declutter everything, and make it all nice and clean and tidy for him, and just keep the things that we really, really love. You know, do you really need all the tech that you've got? Sell it. If you want instant money, CEX is really good. If you have got the time, the luxury of time, then Facebook Marketplace has been really, really good for me. I've made like a good chunk of money on Facebook Marketplace from selling things that I don't even know I've sold now. Like, it's gone and I don't miss it. So you've probably got a lot of things like that in your house as well. So Vinted is my favorite for smaller items, clothes. I've had quite a lot of success with slightly more expensive clothes, like my Lucy and Yak dungarees. They sold within like a minute. Facebook Marketplace for generally like anything, or like bigger things like furniture. I've sold table and chairs, sofas. I've sold all sorts on Facebook Marketplace, and it's really, really good for that. And eBay, I would say, is really good for more specialist things. So for example, I've sold some of my Tamagotchis, and some of them are quite like rare Tamagotchis. And, you know, I really don't think that anyone living locally will be looking for that specific Tamagotchi. And if they are, that will be like once in a blue moon. Whereas someone on eBay can, you know, search for it, and it's got a wider customer reach, I guess. Saying that though, I have posted the things to people on Facebook Marketplace, so it's worth considering. My final way of making money, again, this has saved me in the past year, is bank switches. So I learned this from money saving expert Martin Lewis's website, and on his website, they're always updating when the latest bank switch is available. And a lot of banks will pay you like £200 to switch. And sometimes you have to transfer like 2 direct debits as well. You know, if you don't have direct debits, you can set up ones to charity. I have a couple of charity ones where I'm just donating like £1, £2. It goes to charity and it's classes as a direct debit. So, you know, you can just transfer them across. That's what I do, and what I have done, and it's a really, really quick and easy way of making money. It's a slow burner. Sometimes it takes you like a month to get paid. Sometimes there's some prerequisites, like you have to use your card once or 5 times, or you have to pay X amount of money in, but they're pretty easy to hit usually. Yeah, that's bank switches. So yeah, they're my top side easy ways of making money that have really helped me in a really, really financially tricky year last year, and things that I continue to do, you know, whilst I'm on maternity leave and income is lower. These things keep me going, so I'd absolutely recommend that you test them out. I've earned money from all of them. They are not scams, you know. I have legitimately made money from them. It really bugs me when I see a lot of videos really trying to, you know, get people signing up for things and whatnot. You know, people in, you know, desperate times like I've been in. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you would like some more tips and tricks. I've got lots and lots to share with you. My schedule is I'm going to be uploading for 12 o'clock every Sunday. Maybe more in the future, but for the moment, every Sunday I'll be uploading. So I will see you next week. Bye.